Hello and welcome to episode 39 of this playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now, we're going to try and squeeze quite a lot in a short length of in-game time, because I want to check out both of Ekun's leads, Kobald Trail and Troll Clearing. I also want to briefly visit Swamp Witch's hut to unlock a new area, to grab a new quest and something we can do back in the capital. This is a really hard area. So, and we're going to have to come back here anyway, so I'm not going to clear the map. I'm not even going to clear half the map. We're just going to clear the main road through. And then we're going to head along to Troll Wilderness, which kind of gives away where you're meant to be going. You can actually just beeline straight there if you want, but we're going to check out the other stuff as well. But let's just travel along here. And we're probably going to end up very fatigued as we do this. Let's hope this isn't anything bad happening in the capital. But we should, if we're lucky, be back before the end of the month.
We set up camp.
So, let's have a little look at this Kobold Trail, just to show what it says. It refers to it as a remote place known for numerous Kobold trails. Yes, anyway. There's a chance that trolls have decided to use the scaly little creature's paths. Doesn't sound very likely. Anyway, we get a storybook event in which we encounter, these little idols with kobold skulls on top of them. We can either just turn back, and there's not all that much lost by turning back, or we can defy the danger and carry on. And we've succeeded a check. That's quite nice. DC 15. Tiny bit of experience. So, basically, we come across a river. A river with a bridge crossing over it, and it's not really substantial enough for a person. Now, these first two choices here don't really do anything. But we can examine the river, and it looks deep, and we get another little picture that's what we're going to cross over, and we can examine the branch, and it's slippy but sturdy. Anyway, we can ready a rope, which we've got in spare. Always bring a rope. That will decrease the DC of the check, and we're ready, and we can choose a character. And I think obviously we're going to pick Ekun here. He's got the highest overall stats. And off we go. He sets off. No trouble. Except... Right. We got to make this mobility check. And it shouldn't be too difficult to do. Rolling a 9. Little bit of experience. Ekun has crossed no problem. So there we go. That's it. Bring Ekudayo on this quest. But what we find is this enormous shrine here. In this kobold graveyard. So this centipede is made of hundreds, maybe even thousands of polished bones, all put together to form the head of an enormous dragon. These small, nonsensical reptiles somehow managed to create a sculpture both fearsome and magnificent. Such might and such frailty. Anyway, this little bit here, this face-to-face with irrefutable proof that the kobolds, for better or worse, were changing, and that's it. And we can destroy it, we can leave it, or we can actually pay a little bit of respect. And Alice has got a soft spot for kobolds in general, not so much for trolls, but kobolds just they're kind of cute. Anyway, we're gonna pick the neutral good option there. And what we get here is we get an emerald. And actually we need an emerald for a future quest. And so it's worth hanging on to that to try. There are other sources of emeralds, but unfortunately emeralds, they'll sell when you sell your junk. So I may well even have sold one already. But I remembered about this one, and we're going to try and hang on to that and not sell that. Stick it in the stash for later. Anyway, off we go. That's our reward, a little bit of experience and an emerald.
Time to get some rest.
And getting quite tired. So this option here has just popped up. This is Kobold Camp. we're going to come
for the spot to
pay a
rest.
visit here. Small clearing in which there are obviously going to be some kobolds. And we're quite tired at the moment. Fatigue has kicked in for almost everyone.
Resting would be nice,
So,
don't you think?
they're all hanging out around the campfire, you know, muttering and doing their sort of kobold hissing. You can sort of see. They kind of look like little dogs. Little lizard dog. Anyway. This guy here is coming over to say hi. Old Kobold. And, yeah, a little bit smarter than the average Kobold. There he is. And Jubilost really doesn't like kobolds due to his cart theft experience. And Ekon is standing in the middle of a cat. So yes, greetings. Can barely talk, some of them. Anyway, let's shake his hand. Hi. And yeah, they're not so keen. And the rain has come on terribly. Right. Yes. Got to talk over lightning. They're basically saying we're all friends here. And they're looking for Tartuk, the transformed Tartuccio. And we can ask for a little bit more information. Do they know the Scale tribe? And the answer is they don't like them. We can just attack, and or we can just try and, you know, I guess reason with them. They're all just staring a bit creepily. Yes, so they're looking for Tartuccio, and we get a choice. Do we want to help them, or do we want to kill them, or do we want to send them off on a wild goose chase? And that's quite a nice check to pass, because we're not very high in wisdom. It's +4 from Harem. But we've managed to decipher their language. If you fail this check, Jubilost will just translate for you, but you miss out on 18 experience. So, Tartuk is the purple bastard who tried to abscond with my cup. And to top that off, he's apparently the best friend of some trolls. It's your choice, of course, but it seems to me that our best option would be to force this gang to disperse. Anyway, why are you looking for Tartuk? Because he is the Kobold King, obviously. And we can take a few options here. This neutral good option doesn't actually do anything. They just you know, get a little bit upset. And it brings us back to this menu. So we can either sort of neutral and tell them, you know, we've got no idea. We can point in a random direction, which is chaotic good. Well, I don't really know why. We can send them in the direction of a Hodag lair, which seems a bit mean, or we can attack them. This seems more, you know, evil than neutral, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to pick the chaotic good option and send them off wherever. It's for their own good, not to end up near Tartuccio, because we're it's probably not going to end very well. Yes. Anyway, off they go. Strange little kobolds. They can't go very fast because it's raining really heavily. Anyway. We haven't learnt very much apart from they're looking for Tartuccio. We're going to, there's some lootable items here. Hopefully this rain will, most frustrating, you know. So, an extra rope to replace the one we lost on the trails. Like, I guess, points for realism, but no points for irritation when it's raining this heavily. There should be, because it also affects our perception, which means that if you're in an area outside where you really need to be spotting things and rain comes on, you end up just frustrated. Anyway, that's a token of the Dryad. Hopefully it's going to ease off. I can't remember which of the 4 corners we've got our bits in. Herbs. Cat can pick herbs. Smart leopard. Yeah. Let's just check this corner. It's one of those things like the thunderstorms that go. And of course it's wasting my time. It's waste the viewer's time.
And Lindsay was called for.
Can't remember whether there's anything to spot here.
Anything is possible.
If there was, we've missed it. There used to be a trick where you'd quick save and load and it would reset the weather. I don't know if that still works. Right. Some herbs. I don't know if there's anything up here. There we go. Fortunately, even with a penalty, we've managed to spot that. And there we go. A riveting, moderate wounds, and silver ring. Let's get out of here before this rain drives me mad. Come on, slow coaches. Come on. If only there was a magic spell to shield from this. I think the lightning frequency as well is about, 10 times too frequent. We'll leave these because we've got 18 supplies that we don't need anyway. So that's the Kobold Camp. You can fight them if you want. You can send them. You can wish them good luck. Or, as we did, you can send them in a random direction.
Would be nice.
Anyway.
Don't you think?
Everyone's fatigued. Let's come down here. Now, Swamp Witch's hut here, as I said, is a really dangerous area. And if you stray off the main path, you are liable to end up in a bad situation. There's some really tough enemies here, including some boss enemies. And obviously we're fatigued, which means we take all these penalties, -2 to strength and dexterity.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
And, yeah.
This is my time
Okay.
to shine.
It's still raining. So you can see it's a big map here. We're just going to cast up a couple of buffs just to see us through.
The world is full of
This
wonder.
looks like it's eased off at last.
I'm always ready.
Just letting the ink dry.
I think we might be injured from... Yeah.
The end draws near.
Keep your eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
We should move.
Good advice, Ekun.
Is there trouble?
Right. So we're going to clear out just a few easy enemies, which basically amount to
Lindsay the
wargs.
Lindsay
And
the
I think-
illustrious.
Adventures are exciting.
Something more
Where you going?
simple, like Lindsay the Great.
Friendship lasts
Maybe
forever.
Lindsay the
Any
indecisive.
brilliant ideas?
I'll take care of it.
So
What troubles you?
because we don't want to rest, because we don't want to lose too much health, because we
I wrote it like I
are
saw it.
fatigued,
We'll do it the hard
I'm going
way.
to see whether we can leverage Fascinate here. Just to take some of them out of the fight. Harem, you should go over there. Oh, look at that. Everyone made their will saves. Looks like there's going to be no fascination today.
This will hurt.
Okay. Well, that's taking the ferocious one down. That's the really dangerous one.
A clever ploy.
Let's see. Because the wolf has got the lower AC. Can take down
Stand
there.
down.
And that's done. There. We'll take them. But we're not gonna, there's some items up here, but we don't
We set up camp.
really want to pick up too much weight since we're going to be coming back here. But you get these these nice little pop-ups that there's something strange in this area.
Adventures call to them.
Who will prevail?
There's the
Does it
fascinate.
matter?
And there's some others which we can... Nah, they've saved. That's a shame.
Serves you right.
It's normally a little bit more effective than that. If we buff her, if we buff Lindsay's charisma a little bit, that would give a slightly better chance of it actually working, which I might do. Jubilost has got a...
Amateurs.
Oh, someone. No. Who've we got? Harem. There we go. See what you can do. That'll give a +2 to the DC. Or +2 to our rolls against the DC.
I'll share my path.
Now, over here is some story stuff that I'm going to save for later. Over here is some really tough enemies. There's other sort of tough stuff down here. Up here, tough enemies. Some story stuff that we're going to visit. And just some regular enemies on the path. But there is one particular type of enemy that we haven't encountered before. And for no reason at all, I'm going to cast Resist Electricity Communal. There we go.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Let's see.
Can you make
Yeah.
an pose?
So the idea, I think, is that the voices we've been hearing may well have been wisps. So let's have a little look at what a wisp is. They're level 9, so a lot higher than us. They've got no strength, very high dexterity. Pretty good AC, 28. I mean, that's struggled to hit. And they've got spell immunity. This is really important. Like, they're immune to everything except magic missile. So, you know, absolutely no use casting spells at them. But you can kill them quite easily with magic missile. They also, as we'll see, they'll fade in and out of appearance. They sort of use vanish at will, and they
You offend me.
they do lightning damage. So yeah, you can see their critical hit reduced to 7. That's 17 electricity damage. That's pretty painful, and they're very hard to hit. So our options are to, since we're protected,
Your life ebbs
just to
low.
sort of blast them until they die. And that's them fading out of existence there. Did they manage to kill the cat? Yeah, so that's a
grant your
pain.
death.
Or we can fire off a few magic missiles at them in the
Your
hope
time
of taking
is
them down.
over.
Go.
Will they ever
I've
learn?
disabled Ekham's rapid shot to increase our chance of hitting.
Cannot hide from me. Nowhere to run.
That one's almost
What
dead.
a waste.
There we go. And that one as well. So a real pain. Like without means to deal with them,
Notice a waste.
certainly without some form of electricity protection,
Just letting the
you're
intro.
really in for a bad time from Wisp. And those are the easy ones. So you either want a lot of magic missiles or an ability to buff your attack bonus high enough to deal with them.
And Lindsay was called forth.
So we're just going to be careful
Anything is possible.
here.
A fatal mistake.
Let's hope. Let's get to at least one of them. This greater Tartuk worm, these are really quite dangerous. Rapid shot on. It shouldn't take much to kill this one.
You should have run.
We'll save the one magic missile left.
Become as
Unfortunately, it's targeting the dog, so there's a chance that we're hit for some big damage here. Poisoned, which is really quite frustrating. So, Harem, maybe treat the dog. So yeah, this we need to rest or cast restoration, and I might have a scroll in the inventory, but we're planning on resting anyway, and after that we'll assess what else we can do for our little dog there. Here we go,
I'll
Shambolitas.
share my path.
Now I'm not going to go very far up here, and I'm going to save this for when we come here and do this proper, because there's an interesting sort of quest line. Just going to save up because I really want to get this
I wrote it like I saw it.
Can wait.
this chest. Yeah, there we go.
search was not in vain.
See if we can disarm. This has got an incredibly powerful item in it.
Applause.
There we go. And let's see if you can unlock. How did you fail? You failed by rolling a 2. Well done.
We need to try something
Well,
else.
I'm reloading that because I need this item for what I'm planning on doing next. And it would be a shame to leave it there. If Lindsay can roll better than a 2, I think she's rolling at plus 21 and the DC is 24, so it's not outside of the range of possibilities. There we go.
Anything is possible.
Let's try again, Lindsay. You can do it this time.
Anything else?
There we go. What did she need? Yeah, she's rolling 21 on a DC of 25. So this is what I wanted. Let's bring up. So this is the Demolisher, which is a Construct Bane weapon. So it doesn't look particularly exciting. It's a +1 pick, but it's adamantine, so it ignores certain damage resistances, which is fantastic. And a Construct Bane weapon means it's, instead of being a +1, it's a +3 against constructs, and it deals an extra 2d6 points of damage against constructs as well. And there are certain encounters where having that is incredibly useful, because obviously if we're fighting constructs, we want it. But I'm not going to go any further because it's really horrid up here. I am going to pause because we're about to blunder into an encounter.
I wrote it like I saw it.
The dangers don't frighten
There's
me.
boars here. There they are.
Yet who will prevail?
Whoops.
Does it matter?
I'm glad you did.
That's better. Right.
This will hurt.
That one's saved. That one, it's probably too late to cancel attacks. Those two are fascinated and turn off. Right.
Serves you right.
A clever boy.
You should have run.
No take with him.
That's nice. Oh, do that one. No, too late.
You deserved it.
Harder in real-time pause to manage your fascinate, because of course once you attack them, that breaks the fascination, and they don't need to re-roll or anything. That's it.
I'll share my
If
path.
you break the aura, you can't re-fascinate. So here we go. We've almost reached the bottom. We're going to check this door. And yes, there's a strange looking house here. It refers to it as different from the others. We haven't really encountered any except that strange one with a ghoul to the north. But there's a broken down fence. There's smoke. Someone's making spiced stew. There's a bell. It all looks a bit strange. And there's a scarecrow here. Anyway, we can cast Detect Magic. or we can use detect magic, and the bell is enchanted. We can investigate the scarecrow, and yes, it's some sort of guardian. Anyway, these aren't really going to help, but I think quite sensibly one might ring the bell. And what an everlasting damnation! An old woman, grey hair, greenish skin, right? It's easy to miss that her skin is meant to be green, and wearing a sort of witch's hat. So yeah, there we go. Let's have a chat. The Old Beldame. So she kind of wants to know what we're doing here, in the middle of nowhere. Okay, first off, this is the person mentioned by the person who'd lost her son. She was referred to a witch way out here. This is the one she's referring to. And we can actually just, let's increase the chance that we're going to succeed
What
that.
troubles you?
It's quite hard to pass, but, yes. Anyway, I'm looking for a lost child. Have you seen him by any chance? What would I do with a brat? Pickle him in a jar? That's rich. Where is it written, if an old woman likes a little peace and quiet, she must be a child-stealing witch? Anyway, and this is quite true, is it not? This place is so dangerous, the South Nile Marches, the stolen lands in general, that it could be goblins, could have been lured by will-o-wisps, and maybe you should just go talk to the mother and find out what she did with the child. And don't bother me. So yeah, this is a failed perception check. So it's a DC 26 check. So it's pretty hard to make. Even though we rolled a 25. If you pass that, it basically says it feels like she's telling the truth. Yeah. Anyway, who are you, Old Beldame? Harmless old woman. And considering she's got a magical scarecrow here, I think the answer to that is not quite, but yeah, she does just want to be left alone. Anyway, I've got a question for you. The answer is, I'm not answering your questions. But we've got a final nice option, and we can ask if we can help. And she's quite interested in us helping her, so we can go off to the Mud Bowl. And she wants 10 of these black rattlecaps. And the Mud Bowl is quite a long way away. You don't really want to be trekking all the way over there and back just for this single errand. However, when we do this, or another quest that's available on this map that we haven't got yet, we can open her up as a merchant, which is really nice to have down here. But we have to visit the Mud Bowl, or we have to gather various items on this map, herbs, and some of them, the ones here, have this ridiculously high law nature DC check, and if you fail it, you need 3 of them, and they're only like 6 patches or something, and once you fail them, it's a real pain to get hold of
Just letting the ink dry.
the ingredient. So either you safe scum it, or I believe they're for sale somewhere a very long way away. Maybe Bocken's got them. But we can steal her fish on a stick recipe. Yeah, it's nice. And we don't want to go down here because that's related to the overall quest, as is the Old Beldame.
This is my time to shine.
Just want to sneak down here a little bit because we've got more Tatzel worms. How much longer have we got on that blur? 52 seconds. 43 seconds. Right.
Adventures call to them.
Got 2
And
graters.
Lindsay was called for.
And we'll see whether we can fascinate. Ah, well, we got 1. Anyway,
Don't hold
let's
back.
take that one down. Oh, we got 2. Very nice. And they attacking harem? No. Switch off.
Any last wishes?
Ha! Primitives.
would be nice if you could kill. There we go. Don't attack the
Will
one.
they ever learn?
There we go.
This will hurt.
And off.
This is where I step in.
Okay, well this went much smoother than the last lot of tassel worms. They are just the lesser ones, the regular
Time to get
ones,
some rest,
aren't
isn't it?
dangerous, but the big ones certainly are. That's just more loot. Anyway, I'm gonna call the video now. Basically, all we've done is we've come down here and done this little bit. I missed that. It'll be okay. Missed that. It's herbs. So yeah, dangerous enemies, story stuff, dangerous enemies, really dangerous enemies, really, yeah. It's a really dangerous area, and we kind of want to be level 7 before we attempt this. I mean, it's not hard if you're prepared for it, but being fatigued and not casting many buffs, it is very difficult, and we'd be having people go down, we'd be resting up, wasting time, which I don't want to do at this stage in the game. So it's quite okay to only clear part of a map. There's no need to get a full clear before moving on. Anyway, I'll call the video there and see you in the next one.